The legendary Star of Kashmir was stolen from the National Museum in a flawless heist, leaving only a mocking note signed Shadow Walker. Shadow Walker, a name that echoed through the corridors of power and the dark alleys of the underworld alike. The name sent shivers down the spines of law enforcement globally. From New York to Tokyo, from London to Sydney, the mere mention of Shadow Walker was enough to make even the most seasoned detectives uneasy. A phantom, a whisper in the dark, they were the world's most wanted thief. Their movements were as silent as a shadow, their presence as fleeting as a whisper. Their exploits were the stuff of legends, each heist bolder than the last. From the Louvre to the Smithsonian, no treasure was safe from their grasp. Each theft was a masterpiece of planning and execution, leaving authorities baffled and the public in awe. Shadow Walker's true identity was a mystery. Despite countless investigations and manhunts, no one had ever come close to unmasking them. Some whispered it was a man, others a woman. Theories abounded, each more outlandish than the last. Some claimed they were an entire organization, a network of thieves working in perfect harmony, each member a master of their craft. Their methods were meticulous, their planning flawless, leaving authorities baffled and the public captivated. Every heist was a symphony of precision, a dance of shadows that left no trace behind. The legend of Shadow Walker grew with each passing day, a testament to the perfect crime. The heist was months in the making. Shadow Walker meticulously studied the museum's layout, security protocols, and staff schedules. Every camera angle, every sensor, every guard's patrol route was accounted for. They exploited a 5-minute window, a blind spot in the security system during a scheduled power fluctuation. A masterful blend of technological prowess and cunning manipulation. It was a symphony of precision, each movement timed to the second. The police investigation hit a wall. Every lead turned out to be a dead end. Security footage showed nothing but shadows and fleeting glimpses. Witnesses swore they saw different people, contradicting each other's descriptions. Shadow Walker had anticipated their every move, planting decoys and misinformation. They used the city itself as a weapon, exploiting its crowds and chaos to their advantage. The police were always one step behind, chasing ghosts. Days turned into weeks. Frustration mounted within the police force. Tips poured in from all corners, but each one proved to be another wild goose chase. Shadow Walker had woven a tangled web of red herrings and false trails. The media had a field day, speculating wildly about Shadow Walker's motives and identity. The public, meanwhile, was torn between admiration for the thief's audacity and concern for the stolen treasure. One evening, a breakthrough. A witness came forward, claiming to have seen someone matching Shadow Walker's description entering an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of the city. The police moved quickly, surrounding the building. They stormed in, adrenaline pumping, only to find the warehouse empty. On the dusty floor, a single playing card, a joker. Shadow Walker had been there, watching, toying with them. The investigation dragged on, but the trail had gone cold. The Star of Kashmir was never recovered. The police were left with a sense of defeat, their pride wounded. Shadow Walker had vanished, disappearing into thin air like a phantom. They had pulled off the impossible, leaving no trace of their passage. The world marveled at their audacity. The case of the Star of Kashmir heist became a cold case. A stark reminder of the police's failure to capture the elusive Shadow Walker. It served as a cautionary tale, a testament to the thief's unparalleled skill and cunning. But the legend of Shadow Walker continued to grow. They became a symbol of daring and brilliance, a modern-day Robin Hood in the eyes of some who admired their audacity in taking on the establishment. Gap 3S. Despite the case going cold, the police did not give up their pursuit of Shadow Walker. Detective Carter, the lead investigator, became obsessed with catching the elusive thief. He spent countless nights poring over evidence, re-examining every clue and lead. His office walls were covered with maps, photos, and timelines, a testament to his relentless dedication. Gap 3S. The public, meanwhile, was enthralled by the mystery. News outlets ran stories speculating on Shadow Walker's identity, and amateur sleuths formed online communities to share theories and potential sightings. Some saw Shadow Walker as a hero, a figure who challenged the status quo and outsmarted the system. Others viewed them as a dangerous criminal, who needed to be brought to justice. Gap 3S. Detective Carter's efforts were tireless. He interviewed former associates, analyzed security footage, and even traveled to other cities where similar heists had occurred. Each lead seemed promising, but ultimately led to dead ends, adding to the mythic status of Shadow Walker. The thief's ability to stay one step ahead of the law became a source of frustration for the police and a point of admiration for the public. Gap 3S. Despite the mounting pressure and the passage of time, Detective Carter refused to give up. His determination became a symbol of the police force's commitment to justice, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds. The hunt for Shadow Walker continued, a testament to the enduring fascination with one of the most brilliant and elusive criminals of our time. Gap 3S. As months turned into years, the legend of Shadow Walker grew. The thief's exploits were immortalized in books, movies, and documentaries. The public's fascination with the heist and the ongoing pursuit kept the story alive, ensuring that the name Shadow Walker would never be forgotten. The chase was far from over, and as long as Detective Carter had breath in his body, he would continue to hunt for the thief who had outwitted them all. Gap 3S. To understand the legend of Shadow Walker, we need to delve into the shadows of their past. The origins of this enigmatic figure are shrouded in secrecy, but fragments of their story have surfaced over the years, painting a picture of a master thief forged in the crucible of adversity. Gap 3S. Born into a world of chaos and conflict, Shadow Walker's early years were marked by hardship. Orphaned at a young age, they learned to survive through cunning and agility. The streets became their classroom and necessity their teacher. It was here, in the underbelly of society, that Shadow Walker honed their skills, picking locks, evading capture, and mastering the art of stealth. Gap 3S. Rumor has it that Shadow Walker was taken under the wing of a legendary thief known only as the Mentor. This elusive figure was said to have orchestrated some of the most audacious heists of the previous century, and saw potential in the young protege. Under the Mentor's tutelage, Shadow Walker received rigorous training in advanced techniques, from bypassing the most sophisticated security systems to executing flawless escape plans. Gap 3S. Motivated by a desire to challenge the status quo and a personal code of ethics, Shadow Walker's early heists were marked by a Robin Hood-like quality. They targeted corrupt officials and wealthy magnates, redistributing their ill-gotten gains to those in need. These early exploits earned them a reputation as a modern-day folk hero, a figure who struck fear into the corrupt and hope into the downtrodden. Gap 3S. Each heist became a stepping stone, a test of ingenuity and nerve. The theft of the Star of Kashmir was the culmination of years of preparation and experience, a heist that cemented Shadow Walker's place in history. But behind the daring escapades lay a complex individual, driven by a blend of personal vendetta and a thirst for justice. Gap 3S. Though the true identity of Shadow Walker remains a mystery, these glimpses into their past offer a tantalizing hint of the person behind the legend. A figure shaped by hardship, trained by the best, and driven by a unique moral compass. Shadow Walker is more than just a thief. They are a symbol of resistance, a master of their craft, and an enduring enigma that continues to captivate the world. Gap 3S. As the legend of Shadow Walker continues to grow, one question remains. What does the future hold for this master of shadows? Speculation runs rampant, with theories as varied and elusive as Shadow Walker themselves. Gap 3S. Some believe that Shadow Walker has gone underground, biding their time and waiting for the perfect moment to re-emerge. They envision a figure meticulously planning the next heist, analyzing every detail with the precision of a chess grandmaster. Each move calculated, each step a masterpiece of strategy and deception. Gap 3S. Others suggest that Shadow Walker has shifted their focus, using their unparalleled skills to mentor a new generation of thieves. This theory paints a picture of a hidden academy, where the secrets of the trade are passed down to a select few, ensuring that the art of the heist lives on. These protégés, handpicked and trained by the legend themselves, would carry forward the legacy, each one a potential Shadow Walker in the making. Gap 3S. And then there are those who speculate that Shadow Walker has turned their talents towards a higher purpose. Imagine a figure using their skills to infiltrate the most secure facilities, not for personal gain, but to expose corruption, retrieve stolen artifacts, or even to thwart criminal enterprises. Shadow Walker as a vigilante, a force for justice operating in the gray areas of the law, remains an intriguing possibility. Gap 3S. Regardless of the path they choose, one thing is certain: the world will forever be captivated by the enigma that is Shadow Walker. Their future, like their past, is shrouded in mystery, a tantalizing riddle that keeps us guessing. Gap 3S. As long as there are treasures to be taken, secrets to uncover, and challenges to be met, the shadow of this master thief will loom large, a constant reminder of the thin line between the possible and the impossible. Gap 3S. The story of Shadow Walker may not yet be complete, and the next chapter could be unfolding even now, in the shadows where legends are born. Years later, the memory of the heist still lingered. The audacity and precision of the operation left an indelible mark on the city's history. It was a night that would be recounted in hushed tones and embellished with each retelling. The tale of Shadow Walker and the Star of Kashmir became the stuff of urban legend, passed down from generation to generation. It was a story that captivated the imagination of many, a tale of a master thief who outwitted the best security systems and the sharpest minds in law enforcement. Some whispered that Shadow Walker had retired, living a life of luxury with their ill-gotten gains. They imagined a figure cloaked in mystery, enjoying the spoils of their daring escapades in a secluded mansion, surrounded by treasures that were once thought to be untouchable. Others believed they were still out there, plotting their next impossible heist. The idea that Shadow Walker could strike again at any moment kept the city on edge, a constant reminder of the thin line between security and vulnerability. One thing was certain: the world had not seen the last of Shadow Walker. Their name had become synonymous with the art of the heist, a symbol of ingenuity and audacity that inspired both fear and admiration. Their legacy of daring and mystery lived on. As long as there were treasures to be taken and challenges to be met, the legend of Shadow Walker would endure, a testament to the enduring allure of the perfect